Good afternoon, folks. We are back here again for another video from Team Mac Fitness Workshop. It's actually going to be a workout video this Friday, and with the exercise we're going to be doing is squat and overhead press. So this will be actually Thursday. So this is usually what I do on a Thursday session. So we'll just work through an actual session. We won't show you all the rounds and all the reps and stuff like that. And we will talk a little bit maybe about technique and stuff. And maybe if you want to watch my technique and you can pick out a few things maybe that I could do better as well, because I don't have perfect technique. I wish I had, but I don't. And I do realise that. So even in the videos, when we might do some from the side and stuff, especially with the squats and that, you know, check to make sure, you know, depth is good, not leaning too far forward, and even kind of test yourself on picking out maybe things from when you watch other people do it, because that's one of the best ways to learn. Because if you can't pick it out in someone else, you're probably not going to be able to pick it out in your own technique once you record it yourself. So first of all, usually what I do is a warm up. I do kind of a few different things on evenings when I'm squatting. First thing, just a small little bit of foam rolling, just downside the leg. Just it's a little bit tight. I always do the side of my leg. I'm not one that spends maybe ages on foam roll every inch of my body before we start. It's just kind of down the side of the leg. Then we get the resistant band out, purple one, some X-band walks. We'll anchor it to the rack. We'll do some squats with the band pulling away from me and then pulling inwards then as well. Do a few of them, and then also some knee extension stuff with the band on. After that then it's down onto the mat, and we'll do some stretching down there as well before we get going. Okay, so like I said, some of it will be sped up. We won't go through the whole session because you're more likely to get bored, so you know it is long and it's just me. But yeah, we'll get started and we'll see how we get on. Cool. Now, so that's some of the stuff then that I do for lower body warm-up, but obviously it's a squat and overhead press, so I have to do some shoulder stuff as well. Now, so shoulder warm-up isn't just important just because we're doing shoulders, but also because we're doing the squat. Because you're reaching back, you're trying to grab the bar, maybe point the elbows, you know, tight but backwards to create the shelf for the bar. You know, you need good shoulder mobility for squatting as well. Maybe some people don't realise that because they think, you know, squatting lower body exercise. But to get comfortable in the bar, to make sure you know you're not leaning forward or that, you know, you're able to get the bar in a nice position, you do need to warm up the shoulders even for squatting. Now, so quick camera change of the angle. I'm obviously video man and performer. So you might not see the upper body for this one, my head, but the main thing is just to see the squat as I'm going down. And also, quick footwear change. Lifting shoes, I usually use them when I'm doing squat. Some people like doing squat in maybe something with a flat sole, like, you know, I see a lot of people wearing Converse and stuff like that. Some people do it barefoot. Some people do it in their standard runners. The only thing about your standard runners is that, you know, well, it depends, I suppose, really, on how much you're lifting, but, well, really, does it? No. Any kind of runner, it's very squidgy, very soft at the back, you know, maybe for impact when you're running and stuff, and it just creates a little bit unstable. So you need a good, nice stable ground to be pushing the force through in order to get your squat done. So I like using lifting shoes. Some people like doing it in their bare feet, in their socks or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend kind of doing it in runners. Especially, you never really tie your runners right. So even when you're pushing down, you'll see your ankle kind of doing a little bit of a roll. And you're just going to lose just that little bit of force to be able to push back up the weight. So you're going to lose a little bit there. So check out this round squat, which we're going to demonstrate on the video. And let me know what you think. Now, that's our first round squat done, 5 at 87.5. I'm a little bit behind on my squat. Hopefully, I'll reach my targets from my run at max at Christmas. So now, once again, a quick camera change, and we'll do overhead press. Okay, so now we've moved on to the overhead press. What I've been doing with the overhead press lately is I've been putting on the spotters here. It just kind of cuts out the ability to use your legs to drive the bar up, like you would maybe in a thruster and things like that. And even in the overhead press, when you unrack and you take it off, you have a tendency probably just to, you know, a little bit more legs. I find this a really good one, just to kind of concentrate more on the shoulder. So yeah, have a look, see what you think. Now, so there's 5 5s and 52. So I started off in around 40 on them when I started using spotters. Now I was up around 50 before, but I felt like, you know, I was using the thrust a little bit too much on it. So I decided to start using spotters just for the last few weeks. I went back down to 40 and after building it back up now to 52. So that's the first 2 sets of that. I do the 2 big ones, whatever I'm doing the 5 5s on. I'll do these back to back first, so I'm going to crack on with that, and we'll come back in for the second phase, which will be 3 or 4 exercises that we'll kind of do in a round. So we'll see you when I've done these. Cool. Okay, so that's 5 by 5 done on the squat and overhead press. And next, just move on to the next 3 exercises. So we'll be doing maybe 5 5s, 1 arm row, on the single leg deadlift with the barbell, and some Swiss bar back rows. I haven't done actually videos on the next 3 things, so if you watch them I might say a little bit about them, but we'll do videos maybe in the next couple of weeks to do one of them. Okay? So 1 arm row is obviously one of your 3-point exercises, which is your knee, your foot and your hand placement on the bench is all important. And like I said, we're going to go 5 5s, alright? Now on them, when you do them, it is important to try and keep the good line here on your hips. So play around with your foot position. Obviously depends on the height of the bench, how tall you are on where is good, because like that 5's in there now, that's a little bit narrow. Want the leg on the bench too, maybe at a right angle, and the hand not too far in front, not too far behind. Just nice to be able to keep those shoulders nice square across. So on to the next one. I know it's a bit of a square angle looking down. Next one, quick get. So now next over here is some single leg barbell deadlifts. So as you can see, they're quite similar to what we done on the landmine. There was a video a couple of weeks ago on that, landmine single leg deadlifts. I'm actually running out of battery. Probably a rookie mistake there. Didn't have it charged up enough for the length of the video that I was going to do. So we're going to have to cut it a little bit short tonight. But what I will do is maybe I'll do an actual video on the last two exercises we've done there and to use the Swiss bar. So the Swiss bar is this black one here you see there, and you see the handles are going acrossways, so it just makes it a little bit different when you're doing the back, because obviously you've the different grip then and you're rolling up. But I will show you that in another video. So that's just the workout for tonight, Thursday workout. If you'd seen the video a couple of weeks ago about program planning, you would have seen Thursday night something similar to that, with the squat and the overhead press first, the two big ones 5x5, and then some accessory stuff there, mixed up 5x5. I'm going to do the Swiss bar for 8s then as well. Okay, once again, thanks for watching, and if you can, subscribe, that'll be really good. Thanks.